This is Vicky Kumarison, and for Project 3 in Cloud Computing, I'll be going over this quick lab called Distributed Image Processing in Cloud DataProc. And it's all Google Cloud Platform, and it basically goes through the Cloud DataProc, which is a managed Spark or Hadoop service, and it allows you to essentially use clusters as you need them and use them for different parallel tasks that you can really accomplish with a large amount of data. And so it's a really good and useful way to kind of focus on the jobs that you're creating, as opposed to trying to really create the Spark code yourself and try to get it to run and parallelize. And so GCP is really useful for that. So after kind of setting everything up through GCP, the first step is to create the machine. So to create the VM instance and compute engine, which is pretty simple. After that is really just setting up Scala and SPT. SPT here is an open source tool that allows you to build the jar. And the jar file is the job that you'll submit in order to go to the Cloud DataProc cluster. And so all of this is just kind of commands that we put in order to install the software that we need. And then we also need to get the feature detector itself. So in this case, we're going to look at images and try to identify faces in those images. So that code is hosted on a public GitHub repository, which is shown here. It has a lot of different other tasks as well, but this one we'll be focusing on is this feature detector Scala file. And it's going to be improved if anyone wants to kind of improve the file in the future. So after that, we launch the jar, and we launch the build, and it builds the jar in the feature detector. And then we collect the images that we want, and we basically curl those images to our GCP bucket. And so the images that we have here are just the sample ones from the lab. So these three, and as I can see here, they're stored within the images folder in a cloud storage bucket using those commands above. And you can replace this with any images that you like as well. And then the next step is we actually create the cluster itself. So again, kind of calling our quick variable, setting our region, and then we submit our job for that feature classification to the CloudProc. So we're really just taking that XML file and giving it the point of where our images are at in the images directory and submitting that job. And so GCP really allows you to kind of see the job details. And so here, once that job is run, you can go ahead and click on it and see that it's logged, how long it took, and where the output files, for in our case, where the images with the detected faces will be hosted. So that finally, kind of the last step is that you'll see the image files in your GCP bucket. So if you go to that, you can go on out, you can go ahead here, you can download the image. And you can see there. Obviously this code can be improved here. It detects a face when there isn't a face. But overall, I think the idea is that given any kind of Scala or Spark or Hadoop code that you want, it's really simple and really easy to just get started using DataProc in order to administer your jobs. Thanks for watching.